10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, ban. Dire team, pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, League's assassin. Dire team, pick.
Disruptor.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, disconnect. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Godseeker.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Bad.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Flinks.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle. Thirty seconds to battle. The battle
Bu wordlar nerede? Bir tane. Bir tane Fear'ın üzerinde Centrops var. Bir tane sen atacaksın değil mi Crit? Onu uyanıklık yapıp iyi bir yere atmak istiyorsun. Aynen. Bloodseeker jungle'a girerse diye. Onu bekleyeceksin. Bir tane.
Liga pro dano que ele vai subir agora de risco. Só puxa as criaturas, esquece os dois o quanto.
Ну, этого выйдет сделать. Другое дело, что он получал, конечно, вперед. В целом, крипов себя отведет сейчас куда угодно. Может быть, на эншентов, может быть, на нейтральный стак.
No blood for you.
Well, so Nyx's stats, I mean, they got the sentry down. They have Nightstalker camping Broodmother in the middle lane. Then you mentioned, I mean, obviously, Broodmother is a great laner, but does Nyx need to help Broodmother a bit here? Can
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh boy, the patience paying off right here, perhaps.
Tower is under attack.
As you mentioned, boots on their way for QO. Actually, oh, okay, he's gonna wait for the back. So he's gonna let him get the boots, but then he's gonna snap it on the way back. At least that's the goal here.
Radiant's curse.
There you go. Well, why do you think he waited? I mean, was that the better decision in the end? Yeah. Alright, so Crit taking care of business there, and Pale Sun in the middle on a Bloodseeker, just simply to harass. He does have that Blood Rage active, wearing off though, and going at it with Arteezy. Arteezy is gonna die right there! Wow! He underestimated that. Man, Broodmother, you know, the fun thing there is that, well, the interesting thing I should say is that you look at QO here, he has a full Poor-Man shield. Broodmother with the Quelling Blade and then the Blightstone on top of that. So obviously very aggressive, you know, help with the last hitting and everything, but in a man fight, clearly, Bloodhunter is going to be winning that, or Bloodseeker, excuse me, is going to be winning that. And we saw right there that he picks up the first blood as a result of what happened. So might need to be a little more careful when he's thinking about picking those man fights.
No.
Top of the line. Meanwhile, Venomancer goes down at the top lane. Oh, we're watching that happen. So it will be a turn. Oh, these Spiderlings, by the way, trying to take out Q in the end, but I think it's going to heal up just enough with that Blood Rage. And yeah, he will be fine. So kind of throwing the spiders at him right there, but that's already 2 deaths on Arteezy. I don't want to overreact right here, but is there ever a thought where they're like, okay, maybe we want to send Broodmother to the top lane and switch things up, or does he stay mid, you think? Yeah, that's a tough time for him there in that middle lane, to say the least. Crit, meanwhile, he's having a good time killing off these Plague Wards that are being put down by Forev. Spamming them in his face, despite Carapace also stunning him, but Crit is going to back off now, realizing the pressure is feeling pretty intense. Alright, a lane we haven't really talked about yet is this bottom lane. Klink's, of course, farming away for Immortals over here. You have Underlord going up against him. I mean, Underlord, he's staying alive. That's all you could really expect. He's 12-1. But Klink's 29-4. MP is having a great start. You know, obviously the Kilo almost finished, and this is a hero that, you know, he gets the early start, gets level 6, especially with the Death Pact, and he can start roaming for kills. Oh, that courier. How's he going? Yeah. Oh, well, Bloodseeker's almost level 6, so maybe if anything, gonna try to wait for that. Kind of running at him. There goes the dust. They're charging after, but Arteezy's just hiding a little too much in the trees right there. He's got those nice webs of his to walk over, so a little easier. Okay, Rupture comes out. Gonna put in the auto attacks. TP support massively coming in, but it might just be too late. He's limping around now. TC will eventually go down. Cold Fate applied a disruptor, so they can get the 1-for-1 at least in the end right there. You have Death Prophet. Actually now taking out Bevy. Elsewhere, there's kills going on as well. Looks like Klings gets picked off. Crit goes down to response, but a 1-for-1 that's favoring, at least in that case, 4EG right there, actually.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm gonna push out Fevy here as he needs to scout things out, but again, daytime, he still has a fairly good amount of time left. His bottom lane universe is picked off. I didn't catch that. It looked like you might have been catching that, though. Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Thank God for your camera work here. Not missing kills. I definitely would have been. On and off. It'll go on and off here. What did I see right here? It's all Hannah Midas on somebody coming out, but actually Arteezy again middle lane. Yeah, they're diving him again. The Blood Rage is up as well as Rupture. It stands still. It just doesn't matter. Kyo gets the kill. Top lane, meanwhile, Danger picking up the kill on Forever right here. The Exorcism is activated, and now they're probably going to look to push this top tower as a result. So it is a brutal game for Arteezy. He is 0-4-0, but at least they're trying to push top tower now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Exorcism wearing off, so maybe backing off the top tower here soon. But MP, he's got the Soul Ring of Aquila. The Power Tread's just about finished. Is that maybe the cue for MP to start moving around? Power Tread's here, or is it perhaps the medallion? He wants that at least before he starts going around. Nightstalker running around with a Haste actually looking for an opportunity, but obviously it is daytime, so loses out a little bit on that potency here. Arteezy, meanwhile, he's farming up his own Ancients. He's in the game of trying to recover. Going the no boots build is going into a Desolator first, though, on top of that Soul Ring. So we're going to be looking to hit extra hard, but also objective base pushing once again. That's what that's going to bring, so... I caught that one. I can recap it. Yeah, that's just really him walking in with a skeleton walk and opening up with a couple of hits. I mean, Universe was pretty low in the first place, so he didn't miss much. Rupture, meanwhile, middle lane crit. He's going to spike Carapace. But that's a double kill ultimately for MP. Here we go, though. Danger's in. Spirit Siphon, Exorcism in 1 second. He's not going to use it just yet. He actually used the Crypt Storm and said, wants to kill Q. It's not going to be enough damage. The auto attack, it is enough. He gets the kill again. And a dominating streak for Sumail right there. So, that is a pretty big turn kill, at least, on a Bloodseeker. Coming out with the TP. Yeah. Top lane, Venomancer. He's pushing it out pretty Well, in his favor, for the time being, it's Night Stalker roaming in. Again, daytime, no darkness.
Tower is under attack.
Because of Void, thinking about using it and thinking like, well, it's probably not going to do much a day, so you'll hold off for the time being. But so yeah, going back to the Desolator trailer quickly. So you like that option then on Brood Mother here?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bottom lane, Exorcism again, ready to go still for Death Prophet. So possibly going to use it right here. It is a Rupture, but he's kind of standing his ground. Actually gets support from Nyx Assassin. Impale already coming out. And the Pit of Malice locked them in place. It gets the kill. They do take out Broodmother in the end themselves, as the Static Storm helping with that. So right now, 1-for-1, but Dubu, he has a long journey ahead of him. Kinetic Field is going to help, though. Arcane Rune, he kills the Arcane Rune as he'll keep on running on out of there. Well played by Dubu, actually, to get out.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah. That's just Clinks, and again, the Medallion, if he's able to open up on a hero, anyone right now is going to melt. So I know what I was talking about earlier, that this is a beefy team, but not really just yet. And weren't you catching the match of it yesterday where we saw the Clinks as well? In that game, I think? So, yeah, I mean, they were just killing people. And there was actually an Underlord on the other side in that game, too. And you see right here, by the way, he sniped out the Courier. That Spirit Siphon taking up Death Prophet quite a bit. The Dark Rift, is he going to take Death Prophet with him? Oh, he cancels it, actually. They do want to fight this. Kratos here, QO, though, he's running with that Thirst active level 4, so he's got some good distance now. Puts on a Blood Right. Oh, he's going to be sniped out by the Spider Stun, or Spider Nuke, though. And so he gets taken out. TP out from others, but QO eventually does fall, trying to live life on the edge. On the outside there.
Middle tower is under attack. Invisibility!
I think that is a strength of this lineup. They don't really have any massive cooldowns, do they? I mean, Static Storm is probably the longest one at 90 seconds. Or Poison Nova, I guess, technically. Yeah, okay, yeah. Poison Nova's up there for sure, but outside of Poison Nova, this is a team that's ready to go constantly. Speaking of going, middle lane. It's going to be stopped right there. Rupture now. Onto Sumail. He's going to go for the TP choice. They don't have a stopper, but it doesn't matter. I guess killing him is technically a stopper, too. Glimpse back on Nyx Assassin. Crit's going to go for the Vendetta, but that ain't going to work. They had the Sentry and the Dust ready to go. So a couple of kills for Immortals. And again, the MP, this Klink's pick is really proven to be a great choice here. Sure is. He gets found over here, so EG is finding themselves having a lot of difficulty preventing this aggressive play, but this is going to help their cause. MP, no, he gets out of the Static Storm action. What am I saying? That's his teammate. Anyways, Arteezy's got in. Had to think about that one for a second, and they will turn on Arteezy. And now Universe, he's going to be stopped as well. He too goes down. Crit. Oh boy, it's just a train wreck, man. It's just the one after the other. Save your teammate syndrome, it feels like BG. And we're now 16-7 hero kill lead for Immortals. And it could be more. No, they're running, okay. Are they? Yeah, they got a Clinks with decent farm. They're not running. What? Yeah.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, obviously EG with that 1-0 lead right now, but Immortals on a mission to force a third game. Again, this is an elimination match here. What is the start ladder qualifiers for the first minor even of the season, actually, that is coming up here. So, Bebby leading the way at the top lane on that Night Stalker. You have QO just pushing it out as Bloodseeker, though. Look at the build of Bloodseeker, too. Yeah, the drums after the hand of Midas, and now he's going the BKB on top of that. So, not necessarily going heavy damage. He's letting his abilities take care of that. And this really does incentivize more of the early game. Let's take advantage of what we have now, though, kind of build.
My venom sacs run empty.
Survive, but that was an ambitious TP. Yeah, although they're covering the flank. Ooh, Blinks. Now they saw him. They know he's in the area. Don't have actual vision, though. Obviously, the Desolator finished on Primo, by the way. Insatiable Hunger is also ready to go. Static Storm, Static Kill combo hits 3 here. Also a big stride already. The Rupture's applied to the proper right there. Impale on 2, though. And Bloodseeker, Night Stalker, the one in trouble. And a Night Stalker, he's going to end up falling. Exorcism comes out. Universe, he pops the Dark Wraith, but honestly, he's probably going to cancel that. Yeah, he cancels it once again, as he did earlier. So this time, good decision. MP, he is out of range of being spotted. Fear was picked off elsewhere by QO, though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That steals. Oh no, he didn't get the Severin. Arteezy got it, but obviously you can see him. That sentry there. Yeah, skeleton walk, and he's gonna keep going. But man, he's gonna have a. He just finished his Desolator, by the way. It's coming here. He does get dusted, but he should be fine. Oh, they're keeping the pace up. Desolator. I mean, do they really try to? Nah, they can't really break tier 3. Yeah, they still got the bottom base. Probably Roshan, huh? Yeah, he just about has it, as mentioned, the pattern almost there. Then have it in full. Blinks, the Desolator, the Solar Crest now, even coming along on top of that. They're going to smoke up what they were seeing. There's a ward right on top of them as they smoked.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's a good point, actually, yeah. It's true. Oh, one's put down. Grit walks a little bit to the left. They will see him. Oh, just out of range. He's actually going to open right here on a Venomancer. He does have that poison over quick enough in time. He can't. So, pretty good start. He does die. Let's see if they can capitalize. Bebby, he's being run down. The Spirit's put on him. Throw it in the air as Klinkso. Meanwhile, Blood Rage on a couple here. Blood Right, excuse me. On a couple Blood Rage on himself. He's going to end up dying his QO. And they're just going to bring him back up. Do they ever reset right here? Static Storm was already used. They jump on a QO. Citizen comes up. He's going to melt away. A 3-0 fight. The first fight of the game, really, that goes well in favor of EG. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, 4, 2, and 2 since then. You can think of it that way. Impale Sun, that was funky. Disruptor gets a push forward. He still got stunned, but Crit now is going to end up falling. MP, of course, tears right through him. So Last turn killer to start for Immortals in the backlines. RTZ sitting on top of 4F. Gonna be glimpsed back, and it will be enough. The Spiderlings are still here, though. And the Crypt Swarm to finish off the job. Fear, meanwhile, he's gonna go down chasing after Febby. That Spirit Side from the sucky on him. Double kill in the backlines for MP, though. That's what you gotta be careful about if you're EG, is that you think you're chasing after somebody to secure a fight, and all of a sudden people are being picked off by a double damage Dark Pact Clinks in the background, and he gets a triple kill out of it. It seemed like that was going decent for EG, and then Clinks happened.
Invisibility.
Death and good are linked.
Bottom lane, Universe. We're gonna commit to this, and yeah, no response coming in, so easy kill in the end. Drum charge used at least. Not a big kill though. And this is the last outer tower now that they're gonna be pushing, and very likely get. I don't see EG stopping this one. They're gonna be dark around the map, it feels like. And they do got that very aggressive board. They actually have some okay vision coming out. They're trying to defend them. I'm actually a little bit surprised on this. EG's part. Oh, that glimpse, Wally's rupture. Well played right there. He's going to be lifted up in the air. Big and Paleson on the backline, so his 3 heroes. And now Danger and K-Samil, he's going in. Exorcism, no, he just explodes in the end, so. Thought they had a turnaround chance. They did not. All they kill was Disruptor, and they lose 2 and the tower still. Going deep, baby. And Immortals is trying to really capitalize now with this objective, as they're going for tier 3 at 21.5 minutes into the game. Obviously huge here for Immortals if they can take it, and they're easily going to be able to.
Dire's bottom barracks are under it. Dire's bottom barracks have fallen.
That's a taunt, man. That is confidence right there, and he was right. He was right, to be fair, so props to him there. What I believe I just saw a defusal purchased by somebody. QO. Shit. And his rupture target, oh, that glimpse goes nowhere really, but he's literally rupturing Samil every time in these fights. And here's another example. Ice Blast is coming out, though, but they do get the kill initially. BKB Puff QO setting his ground against RTZ, and Chaseable Hunger, though. It's keeping him alive a little bit longer. Not long enough, though. MP cleaning up. It's a disaster for EG, and a good game well played will be called in favor of Immortals. We're going game 3, Skim.
Not so fast.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
now. As my cookmaster here, and we got again the final game of the series. This isn't a there's a lot of these qualifiers going on. This is for one of many, but no, this is an elimination match, and right now, you know, we could be seeing EG getting knocked out a lot sooner than people would have expected. Skip.
I believe Immortals just showed in the last game that there are no pushovers whatsoever. Yeah, they've, you know, ever since they've rebranded, or ever since they've, you know, gotten back together, they've had a couple of shaky performances and shaky games, but in that last game they showed they're here to dance. And well, the question is, can Evil Geniuses keep up? Because that was a devastating performance, really. I mean, you know, you lose your mid lane so intensely, and then even in the mid game, you know, after things start to look a little bit good, no, they just everything just falls apart again, and you just get ripped apart by a Klings and a Bloodseeker. And as I mentioned, the Bloodseeker, it is first phase banned. Evil Geniuses do not want to mess with that again.
Yeah, obviously he was one of a couple of heroes that were very annoying in that game. I'm sure the whole team was annoying to play against for Evil Geniuses with the way that game was going, but of course the other one that comes to mind is Klinks. I mean, you're not going to early ban a Klinks, it just doesn't feel right. But Bloodseeker, I think, is more up on that tier list to where, yeah, you can take him out, and so a little bit of a reaction ban is safe to say from them. They do get Spirit Breaker, though. This has been a... refer to the NA region, that's the one personally I've been watching the most. And so I'm speaking from that. Have most certainly been using him as kind of top priority. Nightstalker, of course, the other one on the other side. But again, we see a disruptor in this game, but this time on the side of EG, however. So a popular support in this series here.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Or he can be your second core. I don't know. There's so many ways to play this Venomancer. You can even play him as a support if you want to. So this is a very safe opener, and I mean, it worked out for them last time around. The question is, can they follow up on it again?
Yeah, Venomancer definitely sets up as a great option for even an aggressive dual lane. That's something we see from time to time, you know, especially hell with something like the Nightstalker down there. Venomancer Nightstalker lane, that's a really annoying lane to go up against for what would be a lot of matchups. So it's a potential as you're getting at a hero that's very diverse here. The final ban, though, coming out before pick number 3 on the side of EG, and it's going to be an Underlord. So we're seeing a bit of respect bans coming out here. We mentioned the Bloodseeker earlier, but how about those from... Now, well, okay, well, Immortals is a little funky because they banned Klinks themselves. Obviously, they did it very well last game. And then they banned the Underlord, too, so that's a reaction.
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Darkseer Disruptor is a really strong combo, but also Darkseer Spirit Breaker is a really strong combo. So Darkseer really was a very good pick here when you think about it. Hell, honestly, from that perspective, I almost would have rather let them have Underlord than Darkseer. You know, kind of just thinking about it on paper here. But again, they ban the Underlord, they give up the Darkseer. So solid pick from EG. We'll see how they use it. Oracle coming out for the third pick for Immortals. Took a while to think about that, but 30 seconds of remaining time here. So they end up with their fast support in Oracle. Once again,
it's a strong pick. Just the purge against the Darkseer in lane makes it so that Darkseer basically cannot stay in lane. Like, he most likely just has to retreat into the jungle. And I mean, the way that the Immortals play, or the way that the Koreans play, having a support that has a save like Oracle does is very beneficial for them. So in that sense, I do think this is a pick up for them. Oh, the Necrophos, very nasty. Necrophos Venomancer. Welcome to Dota in September, August 2017.
September, August, July, I mean, this has been a pretty relevant for a little bit now. Obviously, thanks to no patch, cough, 7.06. When is it?
10 seconds remaining.
As the Queen came out, kind of looked over the bans. I'm like, God, you know what? Necrophos is not banned yet, and sure enough, Immortals just cannot pass that up, and it's understandable that you can't pass that up. That is a strong one to get here.
Dire team ban.
Oh yeah.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Pick now for Immortals to happen. How about that from Immortals, by the way? They banned Broodmother. That's some respect right there. It started so early, yet they still fear the.
I think Immortals realized that the Broodmother pick itself was actually really strong. It's just the execution that was lacking. And you know, technically, this could have been another game where they get Broodmothered, and they had to dedicate 2 years to deal with the Broodmother. And if that hadn't worked out, they probably would have lost the other, I'm not saying they would have lost the other lanes, but you know, if you dedicate 2 years to a lane and you don't win, that's just a lot of time wasted, right? And technically speaking, their offlane Venomancer didn't get anything done in their offlane either, so in that sense, I do think they still know that the Broodmother itself was a strong pick. And speaking of a strong pick, and a signature pick for them as well, it is the Monkey King.
There you go, Monkey King 4 is happening. Pick gets him a lot more physical. Is safe to say, but again, you look at what they have. This also shapes up. I guess what they could do is what I was even talking about at the beginning there. Lane, perhaps. Lane, and you got Oracle, Monkey, and Nerful's middle with obviously Night Stalker rotations going up. But do you think that that's likely what's going to happen, or?
It is very likely, actually. Venomancer Night Stalker is pretty strong to with, or it's just a very strong dual lane. Disruptor in lane is not necessarily the strongest, especially against such a dual lane, because his harassment isn't that strong and he doesn't have any, save mechanisms. So in that sense, I do think there's that potential, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just focused more on the mid lane, making sure that Sumeil doesn't have a strong start. But as I say that, there's an anti-mage that you also might need to deal with. I think this is, anti-mage, Necrophos, those are 2 heroes that you pick if you're facing alone Darkseer as well. This is, if it's TI and it's like the lower bracket in the last game, you go anti-mage Darkseer or Titan or something along those lines. So this is definitely a very safe draft from Evil Geniuses. They, don't want to get eliminated this early.
Yeah, well, obviously that does at this point want to keep things alive here. And what is a
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
don't think you can do that. I don't think you want to afford the anti-mage up against the Monkey King in lane, just because the Monkey King kind of trashes on range is so much, and he can harass anti-mage much more effectively. So I think if you're Immortals, you try and have the probably just roam between.
Well, but yeah, he has the boots picked up, and sure enough, set up to go towards that bottom lane as expected. Night Stalker also with the early boots at this point.
Yeah, this camp is, I mean, this is a good block. I mean, I think we discussed this actually yesterday. It's not necessarily a difficult ward to block, it's just, you know, a matter of seeing it because it's behind the trees. But generally speaking, it's not difficult to block, and I'm sure they will block it. They do have a sentry on the Disruptor. But this is gonna give Venomancer a little bit of a nice head start because they can't pull the wave just from the beginning.
Got the blocks coming out here. So what kind of lane positioning we get in the middle lane. But yeah, Queen of Pain versus the Necro. You throw in the Night Stalker, of course, as we're talking about from the beginning. Got to take that in consideration. I'm sure QO set up to have a pretty good time. Poison goes up, but Night Stalker in the face. Gonna keep his harassment there. So Darkseer has the Ion Shell. Fortune's End is here for Dubu. Just gonna simply auto attack for the time being, though. Onto Universe. So, but okay, well, wow, whoa, that was bottom lane.
Both of us missed that. I was watching top and mid, and I mean, I guess it was to be. I guess one could have anticipated this. You know, there is a Spirit Breaker charge, and he was hiding pretty well, but I don't know. It still felt like 4F should have been able to stay a little bit safe. There's not that much immediate burst damage potential either.
Yeah, and again, with the boots as you talk about, but he is by himself, and a lonely Venomancer by himself is a very, very susceptible target, and
especially with the Connect field as well.
Yeah, you're right. He goes out level 1, and a lot of Disruptors may get that Thunderstrike instead for the damage output harassment, but go in that Kinetic field for the first blood potential, and it pays off there in the end. So now if you're Venomancer, I was gonna say he probably is just gonna look to jungle, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not doing this to the Darkseer. Like, I'm very surprised. Maybe we'll see this at some point, but for now they're giving this Darkseer a little bit more experience and a bit more farm than probably should be able to get. Oh, mid lane. Sumail blinks in aggressively. Just trying to cancel the cell, just needs to be careful not to die.
Yeah, it's gonna walk him off. I'm also watching the jungle over here as Crit's now in trouble. He's gonna try to get denied at the last second. It's not gonna happen though. Febby gets credit for the kill on the Night Stalker. So he was harassing the Venomancer in his jungle. His Universe is gonna be fine at the top lane. A lot of the Plague Wars were down. He's taking a lot of chip damage, and eventually he added up, especially with the rotation from Night Stalker. So good job right there on the side of Immortals. Charge coming in middle, but no, he's gonna stop QO. Gets the salve delivered, and he'll throw that up. But we've definitely seen some very early rotations here from either side.
Yep. So far though, this laning stage, I'd say definitely going in favor of the Radiant. I mean, they are winning this mid lane after all. Sumail doubling the last hits. Might even get this kill into the Night Stalker now. Yeah, should be able to get it.
Here we go, and he's still standing. He's going to get this QO. He's going to blink away at the last second, baiting just enough for Crit to come in on Spear Breaker, connect with the bash. So well played there. And ends up being a 2-0 in the middle lane. So yeah, Sumail's living life on the edge, but it's a case of also he's knowing his limits clearly.
He does,
and he's staying alive.
When he blinked in aggressively as well, it was to cancel the self, right? So this was all just to win this lane, and he has won this lane so far. And even though he has to walk back, this is a lot of farm and experience for Crit. who's now level 3 and, you know, can afford something. And in the meantime, you know, Disruptors being able to stack and pull, and then the anti-mage just free farm. So Immortals training a little bit behind, but, you know, nighttime is soon going to hit, and I'm sure that Febby is going to look towards some sort of kill in the mid lane then, or at some lane.
You got Night Stalker again, still camping around here. 13 more seconds before it's nighttime. And then have to be a little more careful as far as obviously your positioning, but you got bottom lane Arteezy's doing the absolute free farm on the anti-mage, so something else you have to keep in mind if you are Immortals especially. We'll take a look at that item progress. QO middle lane.
They're not going to get it.
Okay, I was going to say, he has a Ghost Shroud, the stick charges even. Yeah, he's fine. It's Necropulse after all.
I think the illusion actually discouraged them from going there. If they hadn't known this was an illusion, I think they just commit to this kill. But I think the illusion made it seem... Because if it had been the actual Night Stalker, they could have probably turned on the Queen of Pain with the silence. But now they know it's an illusion, but the actual Night Stalker is coming in now as well.
That he is. The start is up though. Bashes and backwards. Necropulse just about dead, but he's not dead enough. He stays alive. Actually, Queen of Pain now is in trouble. The bash proc from crit though. Good old 17% coming through. And QO ends up ticking down to the Shadow Strike actually in the back line. So again, Sumail just really knowing his limits here. And playing it so well on this Queen of Pain right now in the middle lane.
Yep, and this is just... I mean, just in terms of last... I mean, in last sets it's not, you know, that significant, but in terms of net worth, he's almost doubling Kyo in net worth. So, Kyo not having the best time here. But again, it is nighttime now, so Febby can have a bigger presence in this lane.
Arteezy, though, does have that Perseverance, of course, queued up right here. Battle Fury is well on its way, and quick glance at the net worth. He's already at 2,600 leading the way, no surprise. But you can't forget about Monkey King either as charging at middle lane. This is just where the action's at, man. Kinetic Field goes down, the Ghost Shroud pops immediately. And speaking of Monkey King, he actually rotates in for this, but they did not overcommit. Boundless Strike stuns up Queen of Pain initially, the Void as well, but he gets away just in time. There is no crippling fear just yet. From Night Stalker, of course.
That's a big win for EG. Forcing out the TP from the Monkey King, who, like you said, you know, yeah, he's been free farming, but now what? You force him out of the lane for maybe 20, 30 seconds. So, of course, he wastes the TP on top of it as well. So this is a big win. And EG looking just very solid in his laning stage, though. Sumail, as you say it, though, you know, he definitely knows his balance, but you know, with a haste, might not be able to get away here.
Nah, he's fine, right? He's fine. Queen of Pain's fine. He's good. No, he's dead. That time he's not so fine. So yeah, Haste Rune definitely helps. Of course, I don't think he expected that, at least coming out. Bottom lane though, Kinetic Field trapping him forever. He has those Plague Wards he's trying to use, deal some return damage, and Mana Void committed though from Anti-Mage to secure that one. So in that sense, kind of a 1-for-1 trade. But of course, at the same time, killing Queen of Pain has got to finally feel good for Immortals. He's been so close several times.
And for a Night Stalker to get that solo experience for the kill as well, it's just great, right? He hasn't found a lot of kills in this laning stage thus far, so finding that solo kill boosts him up to 4.5 in terms of levels. So that's pretty good for him.
But going back to Monkey King, the Ring of Aquila coming up right here. What are we going to be seeing on Monkey King, you think? Being the safe lane, essentially free farming MK?
See, that's a question, because there's a lot of item builds that Monkey Kings can go for these days. In China, oftentimes you see the Battle Fury even, you know, to increase your farm and to focus on that. But I think in the West we've seen, you know, a lot of Echo Saber, Shadow Blade, and I hope, or I assume, that is going to be the route for this game. Oh, that's going to survive here. No, there's a glimpse. Should be dead.
Right back in. So, yep, Febby, sure enough, dead as expected. Another dash in there.
But yeah, I think Echo Saber or Shadow Blade would be best, because the Silver Edge later on is actually going to be really strong as well, with the damage reduction and the break. But I don't know, they could also, you know, Immortals, if they want to play it safe, they could technically pick up the Battle Fury and try to contest the farm with the Anti-Mage.
God, Crit is so active on this hero. I mean, a lot of Spirit Breakers are, of course, but he's just all over the place. A little bit too far, though. No, he stays alive, actually. Just a little bit longer to be taken out by an auto attack, but at least he prevents the Reaper side kill, so a win there in that sense. Sonic Wave in the face of Night Stalker Meanwhile, and in QO's face for the double turn kill. Poor Danger, aka Sumail right there, and he has a nice little double damage rune to pick up as well. Beautiful turn for Queen of Pain and in favor of EG.
And if this is a pop game, Sumail probably question marks all chat. Or not Sumail in general, but the Queen of Pain player would just do it because, I don't know, it was just such a weird double kill because they're just standing there and he's like, alright, I guess I'm just gonna ulti you guys.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Not often does the Queen of Pain actually get that many kills with the first ultimate as well, so this is a pretty strong start for Sumail. And do we dare look at net worths?
Radiant's top tower is under
No, you'd expect Sumail to be higher, but you know, there has been a lot of commotion mid, so his net worth is still pretty respectable, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to CS, he's a little bit behind several others in this game, but yeah, the overall net worth is very, very good. Of course, if you're going to be behind somebody, being behind your partner anti-mage is just fine. The Battle Fury, again, almost finished. All he needs is that broadsword of the 1200 gold right there. So just about finished. You look back on Monkey King, Ring Vasilius actually now. Ring of Aquila, I believe, is going to be on the way, perhaps on the courier there. Looks like it. So yeah, we'll keep an eye though what he decides to go for here. As you mentioned, the Shadow Blade into the potential Silver Edge. Definitely a nice tool. Venomancer though, going to Medallion here. As essentially playing the off-lane Venomancer in the hands of Forev.
Yeah, Forev just needs to play the utility core in this game. And just make sure to pick up a lot of those items. Probably Solar Crest into Halberd. Maybe even an Aghanim's at some point, but I think definitely, Solar Crest. Maybe Veil of Discord could be nice. There's not necessarily a lot of synergy there, but with the Necrophos, there is some synergy there.
Ooh, Roman, this is a smoke ain't gonna expose. They find MP though, prime target indeed. Boundless Strike comes out at Monkey King though. Not living through that. That's a double damage. Queen of Pain easily gets the kill. Dubu's next in line. A killing spree for Sumail right here. The 700 gold saved up. Plenty of build up to work with. Great roam coming out. Very good use of the smoke. And guess what? They're going right back to the middle. Not only going to try to get this regen rune, yet picked up by Sumail. Now he's in their face. Has a Sonic Wave back up, actually. With that double damage rune still on, and a Sonic Wave in the face of Necrophos with the Ghost Route activated. That does not help your cause. And they get the kill in a Night Stalker as well. Sumail is playing on fire this game.
This is absolutely insane. And Sumail, I mean, this is sort of what you expect from this player, right? If you give him a matchup where he can shine, he will, and he did. So this is just him paying his team back for enabling him as well, but also just his own skill. I mean, he's just one of those players that if you give him that space, he will take it. And Immortals will have a rough time dealing with this Queen of Pain because their only control is going to be from the Night Stalker, effectively. I guess you could count Boundless Strike as well, but that's not a really reliable hero. It's not an Oracle though.
Again, a Static Storm. Oh, the Oracle was silenced up! He ran back in! Oh, that Static Storm placement was clutch from Fear right there. That no doubt kept him alive because the False Promise was coming out, or made him dead, I should say. But now Spirit Breaker, is he a little bit too committed? Fates Edict put on himself. Oracle's going to be wearing off, though. Queen of Pain deciding maybe a little bit too deep this time. And Crit's going to escape with the charge out towards the bottom. Nope, maybe not. He's cut off right here. Meanwhile, the backline, Sumail is picked off. Yeah. Not catch that. I'm watching Spirit Breaker being run down. He gets a turn kill on a dude. Pops a Shrine, though. And now he's going to go out at 1v1 versus Venomancer. Disruptor's coming in. He's going to charge away. And that should be the end of it. Yeah, they all just run. But yeah, how about that? Sumail going down after all of that. The fact that Spirit Breaker live was crazy, but that's a big kill on him.
It's a big kill. It's a big bounty as well. 500 gold for support. That's a lot of money this early on. And yeah, suddenly Oracle can almost afford, or basically can afford now, Arcane Boots as well. Nighttime hits now as well. They are scouting out the anti-mage, but can they really kill him? That's the question. The silence now during nighttime, probably, but not if he just blinks away like that.
Well, I feel like that's a little bit of a misplay, right? Because he should have Crippling Feared right there first.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So this was a bit of a misplay, but they probably still get the tower out of this. Looks like they want to bait EG into a fight.
Well, Crit, he's definitely, you could argue he's been the MVP if anything this game, honestly, but now going to be saved up by Oracle as Venomancer. Crit going for another Nether Strike, does it. Monkey Bash comes out and they do get the kill. It comes at a cost of his life, but they also take on Night Stalker as well. Universe still chasing that vacuum wall, plenty of work being done from it. And now Forev, he's going to be run down with an Iron Shell. Of course, glimpse back, Fates Edict though. And the heal coming out from Dubu, so Venomancer surviving for now. Keeping them in their place a little bit with the Fortress, and the Mana Void's not enough damage. That Thunder Strike, not going to be enough either, so whew. Those spells in the end, but ends up being the 2-for-1. They got Monkey King though.
Yeah, they got the Monkey King and they only traded their 4 position support for it, which is a fantastic trade for EG. And the Anti-Mage, unfortunately, doesn't get any more kills after that, but, you know, surviving on the Queen of Pain, surviving on the Anti-Mage, very clutch. And once that Lincoln Sphere is up on Samael, we'll have a very awkward situation where Immortals just doesn't have any control anymore over this Queen of Pain. Sure, they can trigger the Lincolns with the Void, but, you know, Febby still has to get in range first. That's a big issue. They don't have any long-range way of triggering it, so that is going to be an issue in the long run.
But yeah, going back as this action just continues to make the point, though, I know you mentioned we're hyping up Queen of Pain and Samael and the plays that he's making it, which has no doubt been huge, but I really do think you cannot overlook the impact that Crit has had.
Oh, for sure.
The Spear Breaker has been setting up so many of those kills, if anything, you know, keeping alive in some cases. Speaking of staying alive, Queen of Pain actually avoids down the strike, and now Febby, the one that could be in trouble, he's finding out the ledge, vacuum back over. He does get pushed back with a knockback, though, and actually he's going to survive. Oracle save in the backline. Static Storm locked down the Necropulse. Finally, the False Prophets does come out this time, though, keeping him alive and probably going to keep him back to full life. Thinking about going back in, though.
This could have been so much worse for both sides, actually. Oh, Night Stalker. Still not over, I suppose.
That was sick. He's dead. The fly runs off.
He definitely ran the show in this early game. That we're seeing it, and he's showing how to play Spirit Breaker effectively. That's that universe.
Nice catch there. Definitely a hindsight thing to say, but Monkey King, I don't know, do you think this is a Monkey King thing, or is it just this could have been a lot of carries and it'd be the same thing happening as far as his impact this game being pretty minimal? As Kyo's dead at the top lane, by the way. Oh, okay, well, there's this happening now. If Febby's trying to get the turn call the Spirit Breaker, he will, but at what cost for him? He's fine, it looks like.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's weird, because I think Immortals actually picked the Monkey King because they want more impact from their carry position, right? Because Monkey King is definitely a very active hero, and they've definitely been active on him, trying to look for kills all around the map. But effectively, he hasn't really done a lot of things. I mean, he's been part of 3 kills, but he also died twice. It's a bit weird, but at the same time, I don't think they would have had another, or there would have been another carry where they could have any more impact, really. I don't know, I'm thinking of maybe like something like the Void, but then you're very cooldown reliant, which they don't really want either. So I do think the Monkey King was a good pick here for them, but you know, it's just not been working out for them just yet, and that's not necessarily because of the hero, but just because EG is setting a tempo that Immortals just can't keep up with.
Well, he is going to go the Hand of Midas to help try to recover right here. He does have a finish now. So, start at least for MP in terms of coming back in this game. I mean, he's 4th overall in Network, so he's not doing horrendous. It's just not ideal where he wants to be. Because on the other side, you do have the Anti-Mage that, of course, is going to continue to excel. The Manta style is on the way here. You do have Venomancers actually leading the way. That, I think, is
They just need to make sure that he doesn't die, because he needs more items sold. Like, just the solo crest itself is not going to be sufficient.
Crit went pretty far right there. This could possibly backfire. Kyo's running in. He had a chance for his ultimate, but they get turned around instead as a Static Storm comes out. Feed Edict's not going to be enough to save the Monkey King. Dubu had to make a decision right there. Do I false promise the MK or the Necrophos? And he chose Necrophos. And Monkey King dies. I think that is the right choice, to be fair, but I don't know, because if he faints Edict Necrophos there, he might actually live, to be honest.
I think it was the right choice in the sense that Monkey King already just spent his money anyway. He just purchased the Midas. I don't think he lost a lot of gold. Let's just see. Yeah, he lost like 8 gold. That's it. So in that sense, I think if Kyo had died, he would have lost a lot more. So I think this was the right choice, actually.
Yeah, it's a tough decision, no doubt, for Dubu. It's easy for us to say in hindsight.
I'm also not sure if if Dubu actually considered those factors, like, oh hey, who do I save? Like, are you gonna lose more gold than the other? I don't think he did. I think it was more of a reaction than the Necrophos is a very important hero, and the Monkey King. I mean, both are really important heroes, but maybe he even missed. Like, for all we know, he actually intended to save the Monkey King.
Well, in the end, only able to save the one. Monkey King is back up, though. Middle lane, Night Stalker does barely survive himself. The Shadow Strike not going to be enough damage on the tick there, so able to make it back to base, but the more distractions happening, the more free farm the Anti-Mage continues to have, and Queen of Pain, with the Linken's finished, and look at what he has queued up next. Are we really going to see a Diggin?
I'm not sure if he's actually going to purchase it, but it's not that bad of an item here. There's a lot of ways to deal with these heroes with his magic burst, and against the Ghost Shroud, the more magic damage you have, the better. So why not?
Yeah, that's a fair point, honestly. The
thing is,
it can only be a one hero, so you don't need to worry about that, really.
Yeah, and for him, really, what does he he doesn't need any defensive items, really. Yeah, BKB could be nice, but the Linken Sphere is already very sufficient. And in terms of defensive items, what's really gonna change the outcome of the game? Is an Aghanim really gonna do anything? I don't really think so. So in that sense, I think the Dagon is probably a really good choice.
Yeah. Oh, top lane, QO on the run. He does have Ghost Shroud still. His mana is being heavily burnt, though the Mana Void tried to go off, but it got stunned up, so unable to use it right there. QO saved by the false Roman to the backlands. Oracle's going to be picked off. Necrophos, I think he's going to be living through this, but will he die after? Oh, he has a Feast Shooting Taunt still! So the Mana Void was a little bit too early. Now Forev comes out with the Poison Nova in the face, though. Sumail with the Sonic Wave, trying to finish out Forev. At least he has to blink away, though, getting low himself once again. Wukong's command back here. MP might be able to kill off Universe, as a couple of kills are coming out, though, in favor of VG on the other side. Darkseer does go down. Now Fear on the run. Monkey King, full charge Jingu, cannot catch up, though. Good job with the glimpse. Meanwhile, Arteezy's just running people down and picks up a triple kill. Got all of that. Fear is found, though.
He still gets a kill last second. Could have been a lot worse. Oh, he's still charged up the Monkey King.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. Can he kill Spirit Breaker? That's the one saving grace. Probably not.
He wants to use the Midas. He wanted to use the Midas. Almost in range.
Efficiency, yo.
Very unfortunate for Immortals to not get the kill onto the Queen of Pain. She was very low, but Sumail just did the right thing, immediately retreated, went to the shrine, got back up again, and immediately tried to rejoin the fight, but at the time, they didn't even need him anymore, really. It's just, again, Immortals just don't have any control. Anti-Mage, Queen of Pain, Spirit Breaker, Doxia, they can just do whatever they want in those fights. There's basically no control aside from, on the strike, I guess? So this is a bit troublesome going forward, and it's not like there's any big control item coming up for them either.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you were talking about the possible defensive choices that he could have gone on Queen of Pain. Yeah, I was looking at this dire lineup and thinking, you know what? Yeah, they really don't have the most control. I mean, Fear is obviously great on Night Stalker, so maybe you could argue that Yules would be pretty good on Queen of Pain, but the pace of this game, I mean, he doesn't need that. He already has the Linken Sphere anyways, and the Dagon is now purchased level 1 here.
And it's so rare for Sumail to be able to, or to be hit by 2 spells, right? The Fear itself isn't gonna pop until they trigger the Linken somehow. And I feel like the way Sumail's been playing so far, he can afford to be sort of like quote-unquote greedy. It's not even greedy, it's just there's nothing Immortals can do against him right now. I do think it's going to change because there's a couple of force stats now, and they have more ways to deal with the Linkens. And as I say that, Crit might just... Yeah, he should die, he's dead. But yeah, I just think up until now, this is totally justified from Sumail. He might have to invest into BKB next. I don't think he can just afford to take on 5. Especially because of the Venomancer as well, but we'll see.
They're engaging here. They're thinking about doing Roshan. They're trying to do Roshan. The static sword put down, though, and QO is going to melt as a result of that on the Necrophos. Buybacks by Venomancer and Necrophos immediately. The false promise on Oracle himself does not save him in the long run, though, as the Mana Void is used for that kill. Triple kill coming up for Arteezy. These are buybacks, by the way, and this Anti-Mage, you are not killing him. You have no physical damage right now if you're this dire side. These are going to be diebacks, and this could be... I don't want to say the end coming up, but you get my point. This is EG going to be in a very good spot right here. QO, yes, he will go down. Arteezy actually gets pretty low, to be honest, but not low enough. It's a complete wipeout, and they're in potential to now steal Roshan themselves.
Yep, easy. You know, crit. I was almost about to say, oh yeah, the saving grace is they delay Roshan, but do they really? Because you know, with the urn charges, they keep themselves alive, and they just take Roshan anyway. So basically nothing Immortals won in that fight, and oh my god, they lost a lot of gold, a lot of experience as well. And RTZ doubling the net worth of the Monkey King now. That's the kind of game we're in right now.
Yeah, and again, it kind of goes back to, especially being an anti-mage, they really need that physical presence. And Monkey King not bringing it, unfortunately, with the way this game's been going. Queen of Pain, by the way, actually could be in trouble here. Okay, that is going to be another streak stopper, this time 6 kills. And the bonus for Night Stalker. It's almost unfortunate that Monkey King didn't get that last hit right there, because he really could use that. But overall, that's actually not bad for Immortals, considering where this game is going right now. But Anti-Mage, the age is finished. And yeah, obviously with that level 4 spell shield, it's going to be up to Monkey King to be dealing this damage. But he's going to BKB. I mean, he's not even necessarily getting that damage item yet either, and he might melt away here.
Right. He's not safe, but yeah, he has to invest into those defensive items because the silence is really scoring him, the glimpse as well. Like, there's so much control on the Radiant side with the vacuum as well, with the vacuum wall. The Queen of Pain has a lot of magic burst damage. So this Monkey King needs to invest into the defensive item before he can play any more aggressively. And in the meantime, Arteezy just finished a butterfly. So even if, you know, even if Monkey King had any more damage-dealing items, he would still miss onto the anti-mage until he gets an MKB, and he's so far away from the MKB. Like, that's another 10 minutes away.
Yeah. Sure is. An anti-mage gonna have his basher even coming up here soon at this rate. So the raid boss is fully alive. If you combine, well, hold on, Doc, because they're just diving into the base now. Night Stalker, BTX save. Duba's gonna get blown up though by RTZ, just sitting there right-clicking in. There comes a vacuum wall combo with the static storm kinetic field. That's what we're talking about earlier. BKP, it's not even gonna save him. The pure damage of the sonic wave takes him out. And now you see Kyo just trying to take this yet again. The Dagon nuke though, he does explode with the Mana Void. I would not be surprised to see those 2 letters come out here soon from Immortals. This is just out of control now for EG.
It really is, and yeah, there it is. There's nothing that Immortals could do at this point anymore. It's difficult to, I think it's, or rather, it's easy to say, oh yeah, this is just a drafting thing, right? But I feel like the execution was also very lacking, and once a player like Sumail on a hero like the Queen of Pain gets rolling, it's very difficult.
Janji itu
what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and